The aluminium factory, of course, which is now gone out of existence, the aluminium factory, there's quite a good few shots now of that. And the work that went on there at the time, the various operations like dipping and polishing and spinning and what have you, turning the bases. There was one turning the bases of the special pots that were made for Aga and Issa cookers. They had to be dead flat. It was an operation in itself, and that is shown there. And you wouldn't have to have that similar machine doing it now, so to be done, be done in a second now. It took maybe 20 minutes to do one pot at the rate they were doing it there that I saw and that I can remember,
Well, the aluminium factory made saucepans, kettles and frying pans and anything that cookware, really they did. And then after so many years they went into copperware and they done that as well. But they used to make the spouts of the kettles and the teapots and that over there themselves. They used to melt down the old aluminium and pour it into moulds and come out. And, there was 3 or 4, Clifford, Lord Mercy and things, people like that used to do them.
It was very dirty work. I mean, the lads coming out of the aluminium factory at lunchtime, and all on bicycles, of course, coming out for lunch, or in the evening at 5:30 when they closed, they were all actually black. They were black with oil. It was oil. It was vile, dusty, black, dusty, off the aluminium itself. Aluminium itself is a very dirty mineral, so it is very black.
You see, my mum was always sick and I was at home from work or from school a lot. So at 12 I decided that was it, I'm not going back to school anymore. And then I went and I reared twins for a lady in the town, and the year after, 2 years after, I left and went into the factory and we married out of it in 68. Do you know, when you're a young one now and you're just getting paid, you just took what you got and you ran home. And I know after a while, when I went into the other end of the factory sewing on the sewing machine to do the dolls' prams and hoods, I got 6pence an hour extra more than the people on the floor, because that was supposed to be a more skilled job, I don't know, but I got 6pence an hour extra. Yeah. But I never came out of it any more than maybe 3, 4 or 5 pounds. But in the beginning, when they opened first, they had to send a lot of people to England to be trained in aluminium work, polishing and doing all that part of it. Now, I wasn't there in them days. There was no dress code whatsoever. Most people wore overalls just for cleanliness sake, because when I don't know, did you ever remember the boys coming over the bridge at lunchtime or that? They were as black as the ace of spades from polishing and that, But the girls weren't that bad. We used to wear those pinafores just to keep our clothes clean. We were full of ourselves, of course, at that age. We wanted to be right. The aluminium was sent all over the world. It was brilliant stuff, because I still have saucepans in the attic that came out of the aluminium factory. You could never wear them out. They were very good, and then they done copper later on in life. And that was very good. An awful lot of the big top chefs of Ireland used it. In the cooking programs on telly, and that used to be the Castlebrand, which was their name at that time. Well, I never knew of any imported people in. It was all mostly Nenagh people and surrounding areas, kind of where you could drive from, maybe to Mivara, mines, places like that. People cycled. It was mostly bicycles. I remember going to work in a bubble car years ago. John Toohey, a bubble car, a 3-wheel car. Then he set 2 people, the driver and a person beside it. John Toohey owned it, and he lived in Silver Street there. The polishers and them people were skilled, and the men that made the spouts and the handles and that, they were skilled. They have to do that. You couldn't just walk in and do it. You had to be trained, because it was dangerous.